Today, we're entering the fourth week of military action against Iran and what President Trump has described as
a little excursion, going to be a short-term excursion.
The president and his administration said this operation would likely last 4 to 6 weeks, or
as long as it's necessary.
While leaders give a list of vague, shifting objectives for the operation.
We have very strong objectives.
The world is being rocked by a full-blown energy crisis stemming from the war. Let's take a few minutes to look back on what's happened so far since the conflict began and how the entire world is feeling the impact. In a coordinated, preemptive operation, American and Israeli forces began striking Iran on February 28th, following the collapse of negotiations to limit Iranian nuclear enrichment projects. The strikes decapitated Iran's military and political leadership and killed Ali Khamenei, the supreme leader of Iran, in the first few hours of the conflict. The first days of bombing in Iran saw far more sites targeted than any recent US or Israeli military campaign, according to Air Wars, a civilian harm watchdog organization. Iran and its proxies, in turn, struck Israel. And American bases and targets in the UAE, Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Syria, and Jordan, widening the operation into a regional conflict. Even as Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth touted the success of the operation against Iran,
America is winning.
And a war powers resolution in the Senate failed to pass, clearing the path for the conflict to continue.
They gave power to Congress to declare war. Now, does it mean that you can't have military conflict unless Congress declares war? No.
The regime change called for by President Trump failed to materialize, and Iranian resistance hardened. As a son of Ali Khamenei, Mojtaba Khamenei replaced him as the new supreme leader of Iran. By mid-March, a pummeled Iran had shifted its strategy, turning to targeting Gulf oil infrastructure, in an effort to force these nations to pressure America and Israel to end their war against Iran, or risk worsening an emerging energy crisis around the world, as Iran leveraged one of its most powerful strategic assets, the Strait of Hormuz. The strait, a vital water route for over 20% of the world's oil supply, effectively shut down immediately after the February 28th strikes. According to Hormuz Strait Monitor, traffic through the passage has decreased by 95 to 97% since March 1st, leading to the price of crude oil increasing nearly 50%, with experts expecting that number to rise. With extreme proximity and geography amounting to a kill zone, Iran can exert control over the channel even with a weakened navy and military. On March 13th, the US attacked Karg Island, a key site of Iranian oil production and the backbone of their economy, serving as a warning to Iran to reopen the strait or risk the destruction of vital oil production facilities. This spiraling energy crisis has led to the Trump administration easing sanctions on Russian oil and coordinating the release of oil reserves around the world to stabilize the market. Massive Israeli strikes on Iranian gas fields and reciprocal Iranian strikes on Gulf oil infrastructure has led to President Trump playing a game of chicken with Iran, risking the entire region's oil production. On March 21st, Trump issued an ultimatum to Iran: reopen the Strait of Hormuz or lose your energy economy. As truth movements show, the US is potentially preparing for a ground invasion of Karg Island.
We got 2 Marine expeditionary units sailing to this island. We did Iwo Jima. We can do this.
With the Excursion now entering the time frame American leaders estimated for its conclusion and oil prices soaring, the U.S. has spent an estimated $28 billion on the conflict based on the Pentagon's briefing to Congress on military spending. According to Al Jazeera, 1,444 civilians in Iran, 1,001 civilians in Lebanon, and 18 civilians in Israel have been killed since the fighting began. 13 American service members have been killed. With no clear path to de-escalation, the conflict is now testing not just military limits, but the stability of the global economy.